Okay, so this one should be pretty simple. We're going to do something before we actually save everything just to kind of figure out what's going on. So right now in our create event is where we randomize the seed and we build the grid, which becomes our world, and then we play everything through that, everything we did in the previous steps. So right now we're going to come into, this will be temporary, so I guess we'll put it down here, into our step event. I'm going to say if, doesn't matter what button because this is going to be short-lived, keyboard check, check, pressed, I'm going to say shift. All we're going to do is show debug message, and we're going to say random get seed. All we're doing for now, but make sure you have pen and paper on hand. What this is going to do is it's going to print out the seed that Randomize gave us, which generates this map. So every time you hit escape, we built a new map. If you hit M, you hide the map. That's what we did last time, or hide the mini. I just want you to go through your own generations and find whatever seeds, whatever maps look good for you. I've already done this. I've got my 3 written down. I'm going to use 3. Use whatever you like. But sometimes you'll go through and you'll find a particularly dumb map. Let's see if we can find one like this. I don't like this long strip down there. I don't like how tiny it is relative to the full scale of the board. So just go through and, to your own heart's content, find the ones you like, hit that shift key, and if you look down here in the console, you get this number. I guess you don't need a pen and paper. It would just be easier to copy and paste it. But you do that, find your 3, then we'll move on to the next part. Okay, when you found the 3, 5, 7, 2, however many you want, we can get rid of that bit of code because we do not need it. We're going to come down and we're going to create a room start event. We actually want to build our grid in the room start. So we're going to take everything out of our create event. Get out of here. Come down to our room start and we're going to build it there. We got to do a couple more things first. This would work because you enter the room start, this runs once, builds our grid. But again, we want to create that list of 3. So what we're going to do here is we're going to create an enumerator. Seeds. Now I'm going to make a seed 1. Did I do? Yeah, that's okay. Good. Seed 1 is equal to. These are just the numbers that I found that I liked. 4, 4, 3, 7, 1, 6, 4, 1. C2 is going to be 3, 8, 3. If you decide to use the ones that I'm using, it should generate the same exact map. I haven't tested that on another machine. I don't know exactly how GameMaker is running or building their seeds, but I'm pretty sure it would work and build the identical map. But I just found these without putting too much effort into making anything look great, so they're not fantastic. But we've created those. We're going to create a variable called current seed. I'm going to set that equal to choose seeds.seed1. If you don't know anything about enumerators, I don't want to do that. I guess I hit Control P. That freaked me out. All right. If you know anything about enumerators, it creates kind of a key list. So anything we're going to call seeds, like right here, dot any of these that we have created, and it's just going to read out this value. So this line of code just means this value. You can actually create seeds without any information stored in them, and I do that a lot when I do state machines, something we'll be playing with later when we get into actually developing the player. But enumerators are nice. You can, I believe you can put this anywhere and access it anywhere else. Kind of works as a global variable. Don't quote me on that though. I am only mostly certain. Almost entirely certain, so potentially quote me. But there we go. We have a current seed, choose, picking from the 3 that I have created. Snag this on the clipboard, come over to room start. Before we actually build the grid, we're going to do random set seed shit, my guy. I put that into the clipboard for a reason. Current seed. That's mostly done with what we're trying to do. Build grid at room start, I guess. Set the seed to be 1 of 3 that we have saved. I'm trying to get better at commenting things. I'm terrible. I don't like doing it. I don't want to do it. So we're going to create. All right. We've got our enumerator. We got our 3 seeds, however many you picked. We are randomly choosing from there. The reason we want to randomize here is that every time we start the game the first time, I would like to pick one at random. Otherwise, it's just going to pick the same one every time, and then you can toggle through it. So we're just going to generate from these 3, store it, build it, and we're not going to move on quite yet. So here we are. We've done the toggle minimap, and we've got our little debug functionality so we can restart the game. We are going to manually load one of the seeds that we've done. And I'm sure there's a faster way to do this, or a cleaner way to code this, but this works, and it doesn't have to be too pretty for now. I'm just trying to get the concept across. So we're going to say, I'm going to do this so while you're holding shift, if you hit 1, 2, or 3, you generate the correct seed. Reload new seed, sure. If keyboard check, I hit that dang parenthesis all the time. Just doing a check because we want to know that the shift key is held. Virtual key shift. And then down here we're going to do keyboard, again, check, pressed. I'm going to do ORD, which I don't know exactly what that means, but it means that if we do ORD1, means if we're pressing the 1 key, it's going to read this as true. We're going to do 2 things. Here we're going to say, do I still have that saved? Yes. Current seed is equal to seeds dot seed1, and then room restart. And this, we're doing room restart, so that way we end up getting back into our room start script, or not script, but room start state or event, and then we are now repopulating the seed with the current seed, and then rebuilding the map from there. I'm going to do the dirty, and we're going to number 2 for room 2, number 3 for room 3. So for reloading, shift key must be held. Load first saved seed. Second, third, and then that's self-explanatory. Neat. Stop the current one because I forgot to. And that should be all for this part. This one's quick and simple. I just want the next part to build on top of some proper maps. So here, if I hit escape a bunch of times, it's only going to toggle between 3 of them. Sometimes it generates the same one because it's just using randomize. But if I hold shift and press 1, I'm on the first map. Shift and press 2, I'm on the second map. Shift, press 3, I'm on the third. What? Oh, interesting. I don't know if I like that. What did I do on the other one? I'm pretty sure it was working right on the other one. Yeah. This is the same fucking code. Keyboard checked, shift. Keyboard pressed, 1, 2, 3. What are you doing? That's the same code. Oh, I'm retarded. You're all that. So we have our enumerator with, shut up. We have our enumerator with our 3 seeds that we've, well, that we've created. We're choosing them at random at the start of the game. In our room start, we are setting it, we are building our map, and now we want to be able to toggle between the 3 of them whenever we want. I'm going to do this by holding shift and pressing either 1, 2, or 3 to load my first, second, or third map. It's not the cleanest way to do it. It's a little bit redundant, but it works. First, we're going to come over to system and make it persistent, just so we make sure that this system object is going to follow us into either the room restart or the restart of this room, or if we go into any other dungeons or maps, we're going to do that later. We just want to carry the system object along with us. But down here, we're going to load seeds. We're going to say if keyboard check, nope, just keyboard check. I do that one all the time where I mix up the O and the A in keyboard. But keyboard check virtual key shift. Now we're going to do if keyboard check pressed orist. I'm losing my mind. Ord parenthesis quotes number 1 quote. So this means that if we are pressing the key number 1, then you can do a, I think it's virtual key numpad 1 or something like that. Like do virtual key, yeah, numpad 0, all that stuffs. I don't have a numpad on this laptop, but if you want to load it that way, do that way. I'm just going to do it with the number 1 key. That's why I'm holding as shift, because eventually I'm probably going to want to map 1, 2, and 3 as, I don't know, maybe skill select for the player. We're going to figure that out as we go. So just holding shift means that we're not going to be accidentally pressing it, at least for now. It could change. Who knows? We're going to say that current seed is equal to seeds.seed1. And then we're going to run a room restart. What this will do is it's going to obviously set the current seed. We're going to restart the room, meaning that our create event will not run again because this is a persistent object. It's not being destroyed and then recreated. It's still here. So that's not going to run again. Get rid of you. Room restart is just going to rerun our room start event in which we're going to set that seed that we just placed and then, yeah, build the map from there. But I'm going to do the dirty and we're going to do, I guess I'll make these else ifs. Why not? Oops. And then change these over to pressing dos, map, oops, 2, map 3. Now, let's press play, see how it goes, record an outro, and, well, can't get out of here. I'm actually going to record the next part immediately after. Ow, finger. All right, we've got our map. This is actually the 3rd seed that I generated. Bit of like an arena. I don't know what I want to do for here. I want to play with that. But if I hold shift and press 1, I've got this dungeon. 2, I've got this dungeon. Going back to 1, going up to 3, and that's it. We've got 3 different rooms that on the escape will generate only between them, and then we can manually select which one we want. And I just picked 3 that I thought looked decent, places that I could put some dungeons or chests or mobs. I don't know. We're going to be building this kind of just on the fly. Did you freeze? I don't want you to have frozen. You did. Well, suck a dick. Suck a dick. Suck a dick. Let me open up Game Maker. Got one of these clicky pens. It's got all the different colors to it. I've had this thing for probably like a solid year now. Fucking love it. Reminds me of my childhood. Tutorial. Oh, get out of here. I don't want to talk to you. Scripts, macros, OBS, big face boy. Oh, go away. Hey, macros. My name is Macros. I just kind of pick a window and put my face in it. It works for me. Cool. Are we still recording? We are. That's going to be it for this one. Pretty simple. Just building us a couple stable rooms that we can play with. Now what I want to do with this game segment, I haven't finished up Pac-Man. I haven't looked at the code in a little while. I don't know, I've been doing a bunch of other shit, writing an app for my friend's company and working with my dad. But I want to keep making content. I'm having a lot of fun with this project, and I think I want it to be just a collage of different cloned mechanics. I'm going to play games like, oh, I like this. I'm going to throw it in here. And we're just going to have some fun with that. So if you have any mechanics you want to see, any roguelike dungeon crawler stuff, I'm going to be pulling some inspiration from Enter the Gungeon, Crypt of the Necrodancer, even a few simple scaled down versions of mechanics from Breath of the Wild. But anything you want to see, let me know. I'll do my best to put it in here, and we're just going to play with it from there. But it's not going to be as much of a tutorial format. When I get back to doing the classics, when I get around to recording Pac-Man, that will be in this tutorial structure. This one, from here on, I'm going to try out just doing more of a live stream type. I don't have the stable internet to be able to do a live stream. I think I'm rocking like a 4 megabit per second here at my dad's house. But I'm just going to sit down with a plan. I'm going to write out some pseudocode, and I'm going to go for about an hour and then see what we get. Edit together whatever I need to, but for the most part, it should just be a raw hour of coding. And yeah, slap that together, upload it, and see how it goes. If that works well, I'm going to keep doing it that way, and just going to pick whatever implementation I want, see what I can get done in about an hour. If I get too into it, I might record longer. If I finish it quickly, I might try to add extra shit. I don't know. If that doesn't work out too well, let me know, and I'll get back to making them in the tutorial format. But I figured I'd try it out and see how it goes. This is Let's Clone, my guy, me, my name, Stephen French, and yeah, I'm having a shit ton of fun with this. Hope you are too.